Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. CitizenCon 2953 was absolutely fantastic. CIG knocked it out of the park with most of what they showed, in my opinion. Check out my channel for a load of summaries and that sort of jazz on CitizenCon. However, today we're talking about 5 things that I believe were missed at CitizenCon, either things I expected that they were going to show or would have been great to see. I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't show them. So, number 1. There was no real info, discussion, or demo of perhaps one of the most major parts of Star Citizen being an MMO, and that's the dynamic universe simulation. Tony Zarevic, one of CIG's heavy hitters, has been working on this for many years, and it involves the dynamic economy, its mission generation, resources, trade, the production of goods, NPC movement, and encounters, a huge amount. Prices for products are all sort of dependent on missions that are being generated and resources that are being gathered by NPCs and players. Resources that are being brought to sort of nodes on planets are then made into goods, weapons, and ships, and items, and loads of different things. And all prices are just going to be affected by what is happening in the wider game world. But this simulates both the micro and macro sort of scale of the economy, from NPCs walking in stations and then getting into their ships and going off somewhere else, to the wider economy and how it's all dealing with what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. This was first shown at CitizenCon 2019 or 2949, and it's a shame that we didn't get to see anything about it this time. We do have a little bit of a statement from a CIG dev about one of the reasons that they might not have shown some bits on the dynamic universe simulation this time. So Bout CIG said, "The quanta simulation is in a good place at the moment, but lives in a closed system. We want the sim to make a difference to your play experience, and so for the moment, we have paused its development in favor of developing the gameplay systems the game needs for the sim to hook onto, economy and otherwise. The server meshing work also has a very large impact on how the sim communicates with the game state, so we have thus prioritized other work in the short term until we can come around and make the simulation affect live gameplay and make a difference like we intended since the beginning. We will post more when we have more concrete information to share." So it looks like we're going to be getting something implemented after static server meshing. Potentially, it looks like they are trying to work on sort of like a more standard set of economy data in the shorter term that will then help inform the dynamic universe stuff. Really looking forward to that. Really disappointed that we didn't see anything more because it is so huge and core for Star Citizen as an MMO for that sort of persistent universe multiplayer experience. Something else missing for me from CitizenCon was missions and dynamic events. The missions team weren't actually at CitizenCon, but they were involved in some of the features that were shown, so I sort of guessed that they weren't going to be showing something really like heavily mission based. And they did show off some interesting raid gameplay as part of the distribution centers that they showed, but there was no real missions in the demos they showed beyond that. The whole thing was gameplay light, which is surprising as there was a load of stuff they could have shown, because obviously they've got the PYRO system that is playable now for at least some people. You can do a mission there, potentially. There's a load of cool missions there, and there are a load of missions coming in by the end of the year. Maybe they just wanted to let us discover them by ourselves, or maybe they weren't ready for CitizenCon, or maybe they just had too much other stuff at CitizenCon already. I think I quite like a nice gameplay demo being shown, right? Bounty Hunting 2.0. So, I was incredibly excited to see FPS updates and these maps and takedowns and stealth gameplay and the ability to cuff people, they're both hands and legs, in some of those CitizenCon presentations. However, I was expecting to see bounty hunting and prisoner transport pods in a lot more detail. We know that Cloud Imperium have been working on the mechanics for those for a while now. They have the docking locations at stations that we have as like security officers and bounty officers kind of ready to go. We know they've been working on them for a while. The docks are there. The actual interiors of them might not be fully finished, but we're going to be able to get missions for bounty hunting there. This is going to be a place you take the criminals and bounties back to and then pop them in a little pod in the wall. Basically, once you've captured someone, you'll put them in sort of like a cryopod. We know the Hawk is changing to accommodate that. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't show anything more on that beyond the cuffing at CitizenCon. I'm hoping that we get to see that in the game though, or more updates on it sort of by the end of the year, Q1 of next year, something like that. Many years ago, CIG teased painting ships and customization with that. Every year, I hope that they will show more free-form changing of colours and markings on our ships that we can use to then express ourselves, and then we don't have to buy skins, because I'm disappointed that we only have skins that we can put on our ships. I like skins if they go, look at this cool, intricate design. This is something that you would find it very hard to paint yourself, or it's more than just a colour change for your ship. Yeah, that's absolutely cool, but I want to be able to change the colours on my ship freely. Hopefully, it will be in game at some point in the future in a cool way, but all I really want is CIG to make a statement or show a demo of the plans for ship paint customization coming in the future as they stand now. Squadron 42 has been announced as feature complete. Amazing, right? But I really wanted to see a couple of things at CitizenCon from Squadron 42. A release date. That's really what I wanted to see, right? Or the start of a marketing campaign, them going, look, we're going to start marketing for Squadron now. It is close. They did say it's going to be in our hands in the not too distant future. It is in the polish phase. I'm hoping within sort of 12 months. End of 2024 is what I'm hoping, but we just don't know. They did tell us that we're going to get big capital ships once Squadron 42 launches. They'll release the Idris and all versions of it, so the Idris MP and the K-Pack. The Javelin was coming after that, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping it would come out at the same time. I really wanted to see an updated version of the Vertical Slice, or the Admiral Bishop speech, or the Morotor. Something that we've previously seen, that they can then go, look how awesome the engine and where it is now. Now, they showed loads of amazing clips, which made me go, wow, and we saw some hints at how stuff's improved significantly, hugely. But there are certain things I wanted them to show in a certain way, I suppose. It's just me being greedy, for sure. Actually, there is something else I wanted to see from the Squadron 42 update stuff, was more aliens. So more Vandal, more stuff like that. Because we only really see minimal amounts of their ships in-game and around, and very little about the NPCs and them running around on the ground. We did see a little clip of 3 Vandal ready for some FPS combat, and it was cool, just at the very end of CitizenCon. But there are no Banu, Tavaran, or Xi'an in-game yet, though they mentioned a Xi'an hauler in one of the Squadron 42 scenes at CitizenCon. But I want to see these aliens moving around. I want to see more of their ships and that sort of stuff. We do know the Vandal ship updates are going to be coming when Squadron 42 launches as well, so then players will get updated glaives, scythes, and that sort of stuff if you own them. The last sort of main thing I want to talk about that I was hoping to see at CitizenCon this year is Titan suits. I've wanted these for many years. They are big suits of power armor that Cloud Imperium have talked about. They've shown some pictures on. We know they've done internal tests with them. They can hold some reasonably big ordnance. They might have them for utility and industry purposes as well. It's sort of more of an Iron Man suit than a full-on mech, but it's still a bit mech-like, and I wants them. Last we heard about them, that they were sort of testing them, and size 1 vehicle weapons in their hands were massive, or at least if they had them as a size 1 vehicle weapon as each hand, it was pretty big. Although I think holding a single size 1 weapon, or certain ones, is probably fine. I just hope we see some updates on them at some point. I want to see them in game. We know that they wanted them for FPS stuff, Arena Commander stuff, Theatres of War stuff in the past, and I live in hope that we are going to see them in the not too distant future. But Cloud Imperium just haven't talked about them for ages, and that makes me sad because I want them. And I think a lot of people obviously wanted to see X ship talk about, whether that be the Endeavour or the Apollo. And yeah, fair enough. If you've got a particular ship that you were hoping to see or expected to see at CitizenCon, chuck it in the comments below. I'm sort of really interested to know what you expected to see. Not even just related to ships there, but just things you were expecting to see in general at CitizenCon that didn't happen. Apparently as well, there is an updated StarEngine demo video coming really soon, basically taking what was shown at CitizenCon, adding a couple of bits, tweaking and improving a couple of things, and then that will go out. Very much looking forward to that. And apparently there is a Squadron 42 trailer that they were working on. Have no idea when that's going to be released or exactly what it's for. But boom, yeah, that's what I was missing at CitizenCon video. I'm really interested to know what you think was missing in the comments below, so please tell me there. What is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women? No, of course not, it's NordVPN. I never saw Conan the Barbarian checking his bank balance and then watching some cool shows on Netflix, all while protecting his privacy and being super secure. To be honest, I can't even remember Conan wearing a shirt. Silly Conan. And now, a big old snake god's got your internet history. Good job. Don't be a Conan the Barbarian. Check out NordVPN. Links below for powerful discounts too. Do you like using your eye holes for extra immersion in Star Citizen and help aim and do some cool stuff? Well, you can with Tobii Eye Tracker 5, which is on sale at the moment. This gives you native high-precision head and eye tracking in Star Citizen. Very cool for general immersion, for combat both in ship or on foot. They are absolutely fantastic pieces of kit, and both Zin and I have one. Use the links below to grab one for 15% off or to find out more. Every month we've been giving away a ship for Star Citizen, but for November, to celebrate the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2953, we are giving away a load of different ships, each to a different person. The Avenger Titan, the Drake Cutter, the C-8X Pisces, the Mustang Alpha, and the Nomad. All great starter ships, but also useful for any fleet. They all come with a game package and lifetime insurance. That's all you need to start playing Star Citizen. That's 5 prizes and 5 chances to win. Just comment on any of my videos made during November to be in for a chance of winning. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that goes the extra mile in supporting the channel via Patreon or the join button under my videos and then becoming a channel member. Please consider joining those fabulous people as well. It allows us to make daily content for Star Citizen and Squadron 42, delving into all the news, drama, development info, and gameplay that these games have to offer. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.